Yo, it's your boy Deezy, man. They keep playing in the streets, man. They keep playing in the streets now. They say the Atlanta rapper Pee Wee Longway got grabbed up in a federal investigation. Uh, but then I seen a YouTuber saying that they didn't see his name in the indictment. Now you gotta understand, in some situations with those federal cases, they keep people's names out of certain things to see if they're gonna cooperate. So when they keep their name out the paperwork, if they cooperate, then they can hide it for a period of time. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who go to trial with the case. But if they don't cooperate, then that's when later on you'll see it come out that this person was involved in this case and they've been charged. So you don't know yet. But I don't understand how these dudes continue to play out there in the street and want to do interviews. Once you start doing those interviews and you want to be mainstream and you want people to know you, you can't mess with the street no more. The streets is over. And they continue to play with the street and then wonder why they in this situation. You can't beat that. You can't get out in the street and play the street game and be public. Because once you go public, they are going to be looking at you. And these dudes in Atlanta keep doing it. They already told them that Atlanta is under a big microscope. Pee Wee Longway should have stayed away from all that was into the streets. But I'm going to tell you though, the streets is addicting, just like the drugs that they are selling. The streets is addictive. And they get used to that money, that way of life, that adrenaline rush. And it takes them somewhere else. Now, Pee Wee was on Vlad and they was asking him different questions about the street and he was ignoring a lot of that stuff. He was trying to curve it. But you got to know, once you get to Vlad, you under a microscope. You cannot play the streets and try to be a public figure. But these dudes continue to play with the FBI. They're not going to allow you to be a public figure and play with the streets. They're going to watch everybody that you are associated with. You can try to be as strategic as you want. They're going to watch everybody that you are associated with. And when the people that you're associated with leave from being around you, they're going to continue to stop these people. And once they catch them with something, that's going to make them turn on you. They're going to watch them as they go to different locations. Then they continue to pick them up. Once they find it with something, they put the pressure on them to make them turn on you. I can't understand that once these dudes go mainstream and you public, you can't understand and get away from that. It's a facade, man. You can never, ever, ever end with success being in the street. It's designed. It's like gambling. You can never, ever, ever be a successful gambler. You have to lose. But the only thing about playing with the streets, when you lose drastically. You lose everything. You lose your freedom. You lose the time of your life. You don't get the time back. And that's something that a lot of people just take for granted over and over. You get to a certain position, when you want to be public, you got to understand that's it. That's it. And Atlanta's under the serious microscope. You hear me? All the counties in Atlanta, they putting straight pressure. And if you pay attention to the streets right now, right? All the street pharmaceutical illegal activity things are cheap. So it's everywhere. Everywhere is indulging in this activity and it's plentiful. But people are going to jail like rapidly. You know, I can't understand why these dudes is thinking that they're going to get bigger and bigger in the streets and they not going to take them out the game, man. It's impossible for you to make it and be consistent in the street. It's an ending road. You can't get nowhere. But yeah, man, it was like I think they said 100 jokers that they was on. They said it took 2 years under this investigation to get them. And you know, like bro said, his name ain't in it, but you gotta understand, when them people start coming, they gonna leave certain people's name out of the paperwork because they don't want to expose if this person is going to tell that they are actually a part of the situation. Believe me, they strategize, they strategic with that stuff. Bro just definitely, if he's in that, played himself. Ain't no way, bro. You think you gonna run around with 50 joints, a whole bunch of other stuff, and these people not gonna get wind of you? You've never seen nobody successfully do it and be consistent at that, man. I just like don't understand that at this age and time, especially when you seeing the people that are going down. Why would you put yourself in that situation, man? I don't understand it. Why would you put yourself in that situation? Knowing what the streets going to do. They're going to take you out the game every time. Every time. I ain't see nobody win. It's crazy. But it's a game that, you know, people are going to continue to play because it generates revenue. People going to play that game because it generates the revenue. But it's definitely no future in it. You know what I'm saying? There's no future in it, man. And we see though, I hope, you know, things work out for the brother. I hope he not involved. I wish all brothers understand that the streets is over. I wish everybody understand it because it's over. The people you're around gonna line you up, running from the police. They gonna get you. You got the people around you trying to rob you. It's a game that if you are ever involved, you gotta understand that it has to be a time that you gotta exit. And most of the time when people in the street though, they so used to the money and doing what they want, they can't let it go. It's hard, you know, but you gotta overcome it because It's going to take you out the game of life. And we see these dudes every time. Every time. You go out there, play with that game going to put you in a position that you don't want to be in. You cannot win. You can't win, man. And honestly, right, it's like chasing your tail. Because you get up, then you running down. You get up, then you down. You get up, and you down. And you never get satisfied in a point with it. It's like it's a never satisfying moment, man. The streets is dead, man. They over. But they gonna get you if you play with them. You know what I'm saying? And Pee Wee gonna see. They are gonna get you. You start doing those interviews, you start talking, you got to be regular. All that heavy talk is gonna get you in a heavy situation, man. It's your boy DZ though, man. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Man.